Hey everybody, welcome back to Weather for Weather Geeks, and hope you and yours had a safe and enjoyable Memorial Day holiday weekend. Certainly if you like warm weather, we probably made you happy with the forecast over the last few days. Today on this Memorial Day, the hottest day of 2020 so far. An overall pretty hot Memorial Day. Not quite as hot as the record. We'll show you some numbers in just a second, but let's actually review where we've been so far in May. We've come a long way since that very cool stretch in mid-May. From the 4th through the 13th, we had highs in the 40s and 50s. We were even still talking about snow, flurries and snow grains as recently as mid-May. But since about the 14th, the pattern has been distinctive. There's been a distinctive change, distinctly different, is what I am trying to spit out as far as the pattern goes over the last 10 days or so. So we're only running a degree and a half cooler than average now, and that's quite a smaller number compared to the pretty big deficits we were running in the temperature department earlier on in the month after that stretch of unseasonably cool weather. So 88 today. We're going to be in similar territory again tomorrow. And well, when we look back at Memorial Day weather history, 92 is the record warmest Memorial Day here locally. And that was just 2 years ago. Back in 2018, Memorial Day fell on the 28th, and it was 92 that day. The coolest high temperature, 55, back on May 27th, 1996. Most rain we've had on a Memorial Day here locally was back in 1984, about an inch. And over the last 5 years, not counting this year, those are the numbers. And as you can see, these are all above average in the high temperature department. So actually, we've now had 6 consecutive warmer than average Memorial Days. All right, time lapse today. A bright and sunny start to the day. Then, as you would expect on a hot and humid day, we had a field of cumulus clouds that got going right there. And those dotted the sky. And actually, some of these managed to get tall enough that we had some random thunder showers. And I'll show you the radar here momentarily. In the meantime, with the dew points as elevated as they were, the heat index was, in general, a degree or two above the air temperature for most of the afternoon today. Our evening dew point here at 6:44, 61 here locally, 60 in Columbus. This looks like a midsummer map showing dew points in the 60s all over the Great Lakes, into the Northeast, throughout the Ohio Valley as well. And again, I'm recording this at about 6:44, and when we look at the radar loop over the last few hours, some showers tried to get going, and then they kind of petered out around Lisbon mid-afternoon, but late afternoon, one little cell. Keep an eye on this guy, all right? I'll let this play forward. This zone right through here was where we had a couple of strokes of lightning around Guilford Lake, and then heading up towards Sebring and Beloit. Pretty puny compared to the heftier storms that we've been dealing with late this afternoon, early this evening, from Akron up towards the south side of Cleveland, over into parts of Geauga County, Portage County as well, and even a flood advisory was issued earlier for parts of Summit County due to the heavy rain around Akron and points north. All right, it was a day today where hopefully if you spent some time outdoors, you were lathering on the sunscreen. It was a 10 on the UV index today, and tomorrow will be a repeat of today. That means that sunburn can occur in as few as 15 to 20 minutes if you're out in the sun and unprotected. So protect yourself, and if you're exerting yourself outdoors again on Tuesday, make sure you're taking frequent breaks and staying hydrated. If you're a landscaper or a roofer or something that involves exerting yourself, take care of yourself. It's going to be a hot one on Tuesday with heat index values very similar to today. We'll have hotter days this summer, but, compared to where we've been so far in May, this is a stark contrast. Now, we had those stray showers and thunder showers earlier today. I don't think we'll have a rerun tomorrow. I think it's dry from start to finish tomorrow, bright and sunny most of the day, and steamy. After a dry day Wednesday, Thursday is our next chance for some spotty showers and thunderstorms, especially midday and afternoon. I actually think the rain chances will be higher on Friday. We've got a strong cold front heading our way, and the atmosphere will be plenty juicy. And the timing on this looks like it would favor some strong to severe thunderstorms, because this is probably going to roll through during the mid to late afternoon. And with dew points in the 60s and air temperatures pretty warm, this will be a day that we have to be weather aware, I think, on Friday before things quiet down Friday night. And what a change we have coming as we go into the weekend. In the meantime, the atmosphere unstable at times on Friday. When we talk about atmospheric instability, that means the ability for air parcels to rise freely. The higher the instability, there tends to be less to inhibit those air parcels from rising. What inhibits an air parcel from rising? Air parcels that are warmer than the parcels that are trying to rise. Air parcels rise when they are warmer than their surroundings. When you run into a warmer pocket of air, that air parcel can't keep rising. And so cumulus clouds tend to fall apart and they don't keep rising and form thunderheads. And so when we talk about instability, it's the ability for air parcels to rise freely through the atmosphere, something we'll be talking about a lot as we head through the late spring and summer. All right, big change for the weekend. If you're not a fan of this kind of weather, boy, you're going to love this weekend. We're going to say goodbye to those 60s dew points and hello to dew points in the 30s and 40s. By the weekend and early next week, that will mean some very cool, comfortable nights and certainly a big change compared to where we've been. Just in case you missed this last week, real quickly, an update on the summer forecast from the Climate Prediction Center. I covered this last Thursday. This covers the months of June, July, August, showing kind of a neutral signal in parts of the mid-Mississippi Valley, upper Midwest. Odds are favoring a warmer than average summer around here. No surprise. It's real hard in the climate situation we're in right now, and will probably be for the foreseeable future. It just gets hard for the atmosphere to produce a cooler than average season, especially the warm season here in the Northern Hemisphere, which of course is summer. So not surprising that we see a map like this showing odds favoring June, July, and August come out in the wash as warmer than average. All right, that'll do it for me on this Memorial Day edition of Weather for Weather Geeks. Thanks as always for watching, everyone, and I'll have a fresh update on what you can expect for the rest of the week and the upcoming weekend on tomorrow's edition of the Valley's most in-depth weather forecast.